Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well, having a great day so far. This video we're going to be talking about something else that we all need as actors, and that is a show reel. Now I'm joined again today by Belado. Say hi, kid.
Hello. Turn into Obi-Wan.
Yes, so hello there.
Hello there.
And he's got questions, so over to you, mate.
What is a show reel and why do you need one?
Right, so for those that don't know, a show reel is a montage, a short little montage of acting clips that you will send out to casting directors and agents. You know, they need to see what you look like on screen acting and get a feel for, you know, what your kind of casting type is. So that's what you need a show reel for, basically.
How do you get a show reel?
Now, there's different ways you can go about getting a show reel. One way is you can buy a show reel. There are people out there that provide bespoke scripts for you, and they can source locations and help out with costume and such. You can also find like other actors to work with you. That way can be quite expensive though. Like you can be talking hundreds. And there's like kind of different packages. You can either have like just one scene, or you can have multiple scenes. I've seen some like packages as expensive of like £1,200, you know. And not everybody is in a position to be able to do that, even if you find other actors to work with to bring down the cost. It's still quite pricey, you know. Other things you can do is student shorts. You know, student short films are a great way to get footage. Most of the cameras that they use are of very good quality, same with the audio, so you don't really need to worry about that. So, you know, that is a good place to go. Something else you can do is write some of your own material and create your own things. I mean, some of this I'll be touching more on in other videos as well. But in my own show reel, I don't know if I'll play it within the video within a video, but you know, it's pinned on all my profiles and stuff like that. Besides, one scene is all stuff I've written. And it's took a couple of years to bring it all together. Mostly done through where I get my classes, you know, and get my lessons. I'm refraining from saying where they are right now because I'm going to be talking about that separately as well. Well, that's really windy, that bit. That's going to sound so loud on the mic.
I've got a forward arm there.
But yeah, so that's another one you can do is write your own stuff. You can maybe, if you've got acting buddies, you know, stuff like that, or whatever, you can use that. And if you don't have that kind of option, and you can't or don't want to wait for ages and ages, some casting directors and agents and such out there, maybe not so much as agents, but casting directors potentially more, will happily accept like a YouTube link, you know, Vimeo, whatever, something like that, with you acting. You know, it doesn't necessarily always have to be completely professional kind of stuff, as long as the audio, yeah, so actually here, remember these three things. audio, lighting, and camera, like quality. Okay, make sure you got. Where's that going? Where's that going? Is that behind us? No. Okay. Are we on a bike path? Yeah. Remember those three things: camera, audio, and lighting. Make sure that the quality is good. Make sure that you got good lighting, that you're not washed out or too dark, can't be seen. Make sure your audio is clear, that you can be heard clearly. What's the other one? Like, what have you been saying?
Lighting, audio, and sound. No, sound.
It's camera quality, yeah.
Quality.
You know, as long as you're not all pixelated and blurry on your camera quality, yeah, make sure you're not pixelated and blurry. You should be good for the most part. You know, you can either pick up a monologue somewhere online or write your own little piece and share it as a private link. When you go emailing casting directors and such, that'll be another one to talk about later on, how to email and casting directors and such like that. Yeah, most smartphones today have all of those kind of things, you know, good lighting. I mean, they do have lights, you can put your lights on. You know, good audio quality for the most part, and fairly good picture quality. And that's all a casting director really needs to see, really, is just to see what you look like, how you sound, and get a general idea.
I haven't got much footage yet, but will headshots do the job?
Well, you need headshots, obviously. That's something we've talked about in a previous video, and why you need them. It's not really enough, no. They can get an image and maybe ponder what you might be good at, you know, where you would fit in. But ideally, they need to see you in action a little bit, you know, so we can get a clearer picture of where you're going to fit in, what you would be good for, etc. And better yet, if you do have someone you can work with, a friend, an acting buddy, even a family member, even if they're off camera reading lines or whatever, working with somebody helps, like, give them an idea of how you would work and respond to somebody else, to another character being there, you know.
How long should a show reel be?
So, how long should a show reel be? Mostly, the general consensus, I think, is no more than 2 minutes 20, 2 minutes 30. And I think this consensus came because of back on the old Twitter and all that, obviously X now. As a standard user, you've only got a certain amount of time that you allotted for a video, which I think is 2 minutes 20. And a lot of people used or still do use Twitter as their professional platform. Instagram has become, and other platforms, and TikTok have become a lot more popular as well for it. But yeah, generally, around about 2 minutes to 2:20, I think, is probably the best kind of mark. Like, try not to make the scenes too long. Probably no more than 15 to 20 seconds. You could have like a few scenes going on within that show reel. Now, if you haven't got all that footage, you know, what can you do? Again, just, like, you know, look towards creating some of your own stuff. creating your own work, etc. And go from that.
How many scenes should you put in a show reel?
Oh, well, just kind of mentioned that, didn't I? Yeah, so 5, maybe 6. If we're talking like 15 to 20 seconds each, at the max end, that's going to be 2 minutes on 6 scenes. Also, maybe consider, like, don't let the scene go on for too long. You know, it might be a cool scene, but if you let the scene go on for too long, you know, me personally, I feel that casting directors would get bored of just seeing that, and they would shut off before seeing, you know, your other kind of scenes and what other energy you have about you.
Should I use my best scenes first? Like, should there be a certain structure or order to how you put a show reel together?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Put your best scene first, because that is the first thing they're going to see for casting directors. You know, you want to be putting your best foot forward. So you absolutely want them, or want to put your best scene first. Mind all that horse dung. What was the second part? Structure. So yeah, try and create a flow, a structure of scenes, almost maybe like a roller coaster. Think of a wave, you know, up and down. So you want some highs, you want some lows, maybe mid-ground kind of scenes, and maybe don't end it on a downer either, you know, on a down scene. End it on a good scene, on a feel-good scene. Excuse me. But yeah, that would be the general structure. Now we're coming up to a vastly open juncture here. I see a danger sign behind me there.
I'm feeling dangerous.
You're feeling dangerous? You look dangerous.
I'm feeling dangerous.
Well, we're not going to go up that way. We're going to go round this way. I think, I mean, I can always pull out the phone. Pull out the phone. Oh, is that the fields? Well, we went up through before.
Yeah, I believe so.
If we follow around this way, it'll bring us out onto the open, and then we can head down for those trees over there, and we'll essentially be doing a big loop around, I think.
Stay that one.
Because we've come all the way from Strawberry Hill at the top end, all the way down towards Old Brook and beyond.
Do a Yui then.
Yeah.
Sounds like some corner names for like Brian's Hatchery or something.
Strawberry Hill and
Strawberry Hill.
Old Brook, and yeah, to sound like racing corners. Okay, next question.
Do you need intros or outros?
Yes, nothing like animated. You don't necessarily need a jingle with it or anything like that, but essentially a slate, and I'll give you an example on screen of what that will look like. But it's, to describe it now, it's essentially a black background, your headshot in the middle, and some basic detail, maybe a spotlight link, or you know, your professional name, where people can go, you know, search it up, etc. And then the same again at the very end. You can get, like I say, I'll put an example up, but you can also see that on my show wheel.
How often should I update it?
Okay, so it kind of depends. It kind of depends on how often you can get your footage together. I mean, it took me a while to get my show wheel, but I think, I mean, there might be professionals out there who disagree with me, but I feel that show wheels age better than headshots. Like, you can change quite a lot in a relatively short amount of time. with your headshots and end up looking nothing like, like it. As where with your, as where you might look a little bit different on a show wheel. Generally speaking, it's about your acting, and as long as that comes across, I think a show wheel will last longer than a headshot. So to get to a point, maybe update it like maybe every couple of years, or add in new bits as and when you can, to keep it fresh. Yeah.
Can you have multiple different show reels for different types of roles? Like different styles, let's say?
Yes, you can. Kind of the same idea with your headshots. If you're but let that wind go a sec. We're walking into it. I don't know how much that's going to get picked up. Yeah, if we go back to headshots with it again as a counterpoint, if you're going to apply for a role and it's the hard man thug on the street who's causing mayhem for everybody, casting directors aren't going to want to see happy, or see, oh wow, I'm going to turn my back to that in a minute, or see a picture of you in a great big nice cuddly cardigan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that doesn't sell bad man vibes.
Yeah.
It can be the same kind of deal with show wheels. If you've got the footage and you're going for a particular role, you can indeed structure a show wheel specifically aimed for that kind of casting type, if you like,
That's everything.
That's everything. Is there everything that I could say? So I said about editing. Have I talked about editing videos? I don't think I have. So yeah, when it comes to like your show wheels and your headshots and stuff, I mean, you can use Photoshop to do your headshots. Show wheels, I actually use Microsoft's Clipchamp. Now we have Microsoft 365, and it's shared with a family. And when you have 365, it opens up a lot of features within Clipchamp. So I've got overlays, audios, music, GIFs, videos, and stuff like that, which is super handy, and it's really intuitive to use. But if you use any other programs, I don't know, DaVinci Resolve or some of the Adobe ones, something like that, just go and have a play. Just have some fun. Some of them can seem a little bit daunting and what have you, but just go and have a play and find out what does what, and work on stuff on your own time. And you'll be able to whip together a show wheel or a headshot in no time. And I think with that said, you got nothing else you say?
No.
All right, well, we'll bring this video to a close then. Thanks for spending some of your time with us today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, just, get out there, have a play with your own show wheels and stuff. If you've got any suggestions, any comments, any questions, comments below there, please, guys. Drop your likes and such. And I'll see you soon. Take care.
Ciao.